Hey, what's up, family? Bringing you a Q&A today as promised. First off, I want to say the Treg Fisher Fitness shirts, as you see right here, the inventory right here is ready to go October 23rd, so stay on the lookout for that. Got my monster here now. Time to crack this bad boy open. And let's get into this Q&A. Alright, so question number 1. Are you going to see Spectre, and what are your favorite 007 movies? Now, yes, I'm going to see Spectre. I will be there opening night, Thursday, November 6th. You can guarantee that. I think it's actually November 5th. I think it opens wide November 6th. But my favorite 007 movies, the Daniel Craig movies by far. I'm not actually a fan of the classic ones. I don't know if it's just because I never watched them until I was in my 20s or what, but the Daniel Craig ones are my favorite. Casino Royale by far. Quantum of Solace I'm not really much of a fan of. And then Skyfall is also really good, but Casino Royale is my favorite one. Next question. What's a few of my favorite songs on my workout playlist? Now, this might not be the popular answer, but I really honestly only listen to Pandora when I'm working out, doing things like that. And my favorite Pandora station, I can pull this up for you guys real quick. My favorite Pandora station is Theory of a Dead Man Radio, and then some of the variety on this station is Hollywood Undead, Rob Bailey and the Hustle Standard, Skillet, Avenged Sevenfold, I Prevail, and Egypt Central. So that's the variety that I have on my favorite workout station, which is Theory of a Dead Man Radio. I want to invest in Spotify, but I don't want to take the time to make a playlist, and it's just me being lazy. I will probably invest in Spotify pretty soon, but as of right now, that's what I listen to. So next question, if I were a professional wrestler, what would my gimmick name be? Example, the Hitman, the Macho Man, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I would have to say Iron Man. It's just kind of like, that was my nickname in high school because I was really strong for my body weight, and that Iron Man strength ratio was what our strength ratio board was titled, was the Iron Man board, so I was always called Iron Man in high school, so I would probably just say that. Not any direct correlation to Tony Stark's Iron Man, but that's probably what I would say just right off the bat, kind of off the top of my head. But next question, do you think you'll ever collab with the Flick Pick again? Yeah, I think so. If you guys want to see it happen sooner rather than later, go comment on his Instagram pictures or on his YouTube videos that you want to see it happen. I'm here in school, he's doing his things up in Fort Wayne, so trying to make those schedules fit is kind of difficult because I have to find a weekend when I'm free and I don't have a lot of homework and stuff that's going on with my business and things like that, and then he's also got to find free time in his schedule, so trying to make it work isn't always the easiest. But if you guys want to see it happen, go comment on his social media posts on Instagram and YouTube that you want to see it happen. What motivates me to stay going after my goals, and advice for future entrepreneurs? My advice for a future entrepreneur would be to just do it. I know for me that was the biggest thing. Just to get started, you gotta just do it. You're gonna have fears, you're gonna have anxiety about what could happen if you fail. You know what? You gotta block that out and you gotta just go for it. You got to, for me, it was starting up my website. I didn't know how to start a website. I didn't know anything about it. I just one day decided it's time that I put my goals into action and I do it. So I got on here and I just started doing it. Opened up my laptop and got to work. That's plain and simple. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to just start. You have to just do it. And that's the biggest thing. And what motivates me to stay going after my goals? It's the impact that I have on others at this point. At first, it was all about building myself, building my brand, things like that, trying to get Treg Fisher Fitness out there. At this point, I realized that I impact others with what I say. I impact others with what I put on the internet. And for me, that's what motivates me at this point. What motivates me is helping others get into the best shape of their life. What motivates me is helping others achieve their goals. So I would definitely say that's what motivates me at this point. Next question, who is the most handsome man at my university? David Franco, by far. Purdue University, David Franco, everybody knows him. He's the most handsome man at this university. Drake or Meek? I would say Drake, because no matter if I'm in the gym or I'm just trying to get some work done, I can always throw some Drake on, and I don't know. I like Drake, so I'm definitely going to say that. Who would you want to star in a biopic of my life? And P.S. I'll definitely be getting a t-shirt. I'm 5'5", so what size do you recommend? For 5'5", I definitely recommend a small. These shirts fit extremely well. I'm wearing a medium right here. You can see this fits extremely well. I'm 5'8", almost 160 pounds at this point, roughly 158, and you can see a medium fits extremely well on me. So a small is going to be your best bet. But who would I want to star in a biopic of my life? I mean, I'm only 22, and I haven't really done too much to make a very interesting movie. So I'm going to fast forward 20 years and say Hugh Jackman plays Treg Fisher in a biopic of my life for 2 reasons. First reason, a lot of people say I look like Hugh Jackman. It's probably because of the beard. I mean, that's my best guess. And second off, Hugh Jackman is physique goals. I mean, that dude is built like a god. I mean, he has put in a ton of hard work, and it's paid off. And honestly, if I could look like that when I'm his age, that's the guy I want to play Treg Fisher when I'm his age. So if I were to make if somebody were to make a biopic about my life, Hugh Jackman is Treg Fisher. But in the future. Who is my favorite fitness YouTuber and why? Oh, that's a good question, because I have a lot of different guys that I like to follow, a lot of different people that I like to follow. My favorite fitness YouTuber, though, would probably be Christian Guzman, just because of what he's accomplished at such a young age. That's incredibly motivating to me. I'm 22, he's 22, and what he's doing is he's killing the game. I mean, I would love to be where he's at. He's just put in a ton of hard work, and he's incredibly motivating. Everything he does is a little risky, but you know what? You got to take risks to pay off, and he's doing it. So I would say he's my favorite YouTuber, especially because I followed him for the past 3 years. I remember when I was a sophomore here, and I was just starting to really get into fitness. He was just starting his YouTube channel. He was doing some supplement reviews, some posing, some team posing stuff on his YouTube channel. He was still in college. So I followed his entire journey all the way through, and it's been incredibly motivating. So I would say Christian Guzman is my favorite fitness YouTuber. But a few others I really like: The Online Coach, because he is very successful in online coaching, which is something that I also do. So I like to take a few things that he does and kind of apply them to myself. Dana Lynn Bailey in the fitness YouTube industry. I really enjoy watching her because she's as genuine as it gets. Meeting her at the Arnold Expo this last year, it doesn't get any more genuine, any more authentic than Dana Lynn Bailey. So I would say Dana Lynn Bailey, The Online Coach, and Christian Guzman are my 3 favorite fitness YouTubers. Treg, what's the secret to be more patient? Practice it. Practice patience. It sounds a little cliche, but patience is almost like a muscle that you have to practice. You're not born patient. When you're a baby, look at it this way. When you're a baby, if you don't get food or something, you're going to start crying. You're going to start whining. You have to build up patience. You have to work it out just like you work out a muscle. So to become more patient, you have to practice it. For me, I find myself oftentimes not being very patient, but it's something that I consistently work on. I can definitely say I'm more patient today than I was a year ago, because it's just something you have to constantly work on. So to become more patient, practice it. What are some of my favorite artists to listen to, and what's my most anticipated movie of 2016? My favorite artist to listen to is probably either Florida Georgia Line or Taylor Swift. Now, I know I'm probably going to get heat for saying Taylor Swift, but her music is so good. You guys have to admit it. Her music is super good. Her 1989 album is top notch. So if I'm just doing anything, if I'm driving, Taylor Swift, I can listen to Taylor Swift all day. Florida Georgia Line, that's the best concert I've ever been to. They're really good as well. They're like a country band, so I really enjoy listening to them as well. That kind of goes a little bit. I don't like listening to Taylor Swift or Florida Georgia Line in the gym, I already told you guys my workout playlist, but outside the gym, I definitely like to listen to those two. And then my most anticipated movie of 2016 is, I'm pretty sure Rogue One comes out next summer. That is my most anticipated movie of 2016. Just because I want to see a Star Wars movie that's not an episodic Star Wars episode 1, 2, 3, whatever. I want to see them kind of take a step back, take a step outside that saga and do something interesting, which I think they're going to do with Rogue One. I heard it's going to be shot like a war movie, almost like a Saving Private Ryan type of feel, but in the Star Wars universe. I think that's going to be very interesting. I'm also really looking forward to Captain America Civil War. I'm looking forward to that a little bit more than, Jungle Book. Jungle Book is my most anticipated movie of 2016. If you guys haven't seen the trailer for that movie, the CGI in that movie, everything was shot in downtown LA. And it was shot on a soundstage in LA, and the CGI makes it look like they are taking direct scenes from it looks amazing. So, my most anticipated movie of 2016, other than Rogue One, is Jungle Book. So, all the superhero movies aside, Civil War, Batman, Superman, Suicide Squad, Deadpool, I'm looking forward to those, but most anticipated, Rogue One and then Jungle Book, definitely. So next question, how do you like those Rise wrist wraps? And I use the Iron Bowl ones and love them. The Rise wrist wraps that you guys see me wearing in my videos, where they're black and they've got the red around them, I love them. They're heavy duty for working out, so you don't have to worry about like the Velcro part pulling off, like the cheap ones you might get at a sporting goods store, like the ones I used to have. The Velcro will pull off on those a lot of times, but the Rise wrist wraps are really good. A lot of times you almost have to worry about like them being too tight because you can get them real tight, but for the most part, the Rise wrist wraps I absolutely love. If you guys are looking for some, I definitely recommend the Rise wrist wraps. Have I watched the show Daredevil, and what are my thoughts? I have not watched Daredevil, however, I've heard it's really good, and I want to watch it. I will watch it, but right now I'm trying to catch up on Clone Wars and Rebels Season 1, because Rebels Season 2 starts this upcoming week, so I've got to catch up on that first, and then possibly Daredevil and Game of Thrones are next up on my list. What year in college, and how old are you? What are you studying in school? I am a 5th year senior at Purdue University, and I am studying social studies education. However, I am most likely never going to use this social studies education degree because I found my passion in fitness, I found my passion in personal training, and you can do all of that without a degree. So social studies education is going to be a very good backup plan for me because I do hope to someday coach, whether it be football or track or some sort of kind of sports realm, because that's what I grew up doing and I'd love to give back that way. However, do I see myself being a teacher anytime in the near future? No, I definitely see myself pursuing online personal training even further once I graduate and I have more time. Treg, are you going to do a top 10 favorite movies of the year? Love your videos, man. Thanks. I am absolutely doing a top 10 videos of the year. I've been keeping track of every movie I've been watching this year, been ranking it so far, kind of seeing where everything falls in, and I am definitely doing a top 10 videos of the year because, I love movies, I love fitness, so I gotta give you guys both of my passions, so I am definitely doing a top 10 videos of the year. Hey Treg, do you have any 3X or 2X shirts available? I do not. I only went from small to extra large. I just want to gauge interest on this first release based on those first kind of 4 sizes. Potentially I will have larger sizes, but right now it would cost way too much to get those larger ones, so I kept the cost a little bit lower and just went through small through extra large. So right now I don't have any 2X or 3XL, sorry. How much did you bench, squat, and deadlift when I started lifting, and how long have I been lifting for? I have been lifting since I was in 7th grade, so roughly, what is that? What is that? 9 years? Roughly 9 years I've been lifting, working out now, so how much did I bench, squat, and deadlift when I started lifting? I didn't deadlift in high school. I was on a football weightlifting kind of program, so all we did, for me, since I was one of the athletic guys, kind of like a running back or a wide receiver, a specialist, as they call them when it comes to like returning kicks and punts, they had us bench, squat, and then power clean. So a lot of more explosive stuff rather than the heavy deadlifting. A lot of the linemen would do heavy deadlifting, but we didn't. So deadlift, I can't really say, but when I was in high school, I was able to bench press 270 pounds. I squatted 380, and I power cleaned 220. All I did was work on strength. I only weighed 134 pounds, so you take those 3 lifts, divide them by 134 pounds, and my strength ratio was off the charts. I'm in the state of Indiana. I always like to say, in the state of Indiana, I was the second highest rated strength ratio athlete in the state. However, I only weighed 134 pounds, so you can only do so much with that body weight, even if you are strong and fast. So when I started working out, though, I remember my lifts were very low, just like anybody. I mean, I started working out and I weighed 99 pounds, I think. I was one of the very few players my freshman year that weighed under 100 pounds, so I was not strong whatsoever, but over time I became stronger. I dedicated myself to being in the gym at least 5 days a week when I was in high school. Monday through Friday, I was working out. Even if we had games that night, I was still in the gym because my passion was lifting, and even though I might have had an athletic event that night, my main goal was to get better in the gym, and was to get stronger, was to get faster, was to get bigger, even though I only graduated 134 pounds. But yeah, that was the last question, so that's going to wrap up this Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really did appreciate it. If you guys like this Q&A, you guys kind of like Q&As a little bit, make sure to give it a thumbs up, because, I mean, I would definitely like to do more Q&As. It's a way for me to kind of interact with you guys, rather than just kind of replying to comments down below. So if you guys want more Q&As, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go hit that red subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. www.tregfisher.com for online personal training, and soon to be apparel. October 23rd is the release date. Thank you guys so much again for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.